James Cook, surveyor and ship's master of the Grenville, promised a commissioned rank, and 3 times turned down by the Naval Board. Did that not cool your enthusiasm for naval life?
But it made me angry, sir.
Angry?
That I had no rich friends to further my cause. That I was not of high education or good enough family to become an officer.
I am the man best qualified in all the kingdom to undertake not only the transit sighting, but thereafter to search, to find, and to make settlement of the vast Southland.
Well, Master Cook, a long day. You have your coal ship, your Whitby cat. I'm pleased to announce your promotion to First Lieutenant and to hand you your orders. You have command, Lieutenant. I place my trust in you.
Welcome aboard, Mr. Banks.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Well, he will arrange to have your baggage stowed. You seem to have brought a great deal, sir.
Oh, there is, I believe, more to come. All essential, of course.
Well, we'll do our best to accommodate it. And you?
Come home safe and sound, my love. And don't lose your temper with Joseph Banks, Esquire, even if he is a trouble to you.
I may well be indebted to you, but there can be but one captain on this ship. And you, sir, are not it. The ship's log, April the 13th, 1769. The day after a voyage of 8 months, we anchored in Matavia Bay on the island of Otaheite. We are 7 weeks ahead of time and have suffered only 4 deaths, 3 by accident and 1 by suicide. No one has died from sickness or from scurvy. Tomorrow, I hope, we will tread on dry land again.
Amen to that.
Otaheite.
Otaheite.
Sir, you're afraid we're a bunch of thieves, sir.
I want it made known to these people that their thieving has to stop. I want it explained that we regret the killing. Now, you are my emissary, Mr. Gore.
We can't change their nature, sir. It's their way to be generous with love and careless with possessions.
I don't want to change their ways. Just make them respect ours.
This measures the time it takes Venus to cross the sun. Some of us have almost forgotten that's why we came here.
Captain! Mr. Green, come in. Join us.
The quadrant.
What's happened?
It's gone. Stolen. Those thieving savages have taken it.
Who the devil ordered this?
I did, Mr. Gore.
Sir, you mustn't.
Don't tell me, Mr. Gore, what I must or must not do. Tell the Queen I regret this, but her people leave me no choice. I'm taking her hostage until the thief is... Don't you shout at me, Your Majesty! Now put her over there and tell her to keep silent! Don't you realize that if we can't find that quadrant, we've come halfway across the world for nothing? It means failure. We'll be the joke of London, ridiculed in every tavern. Some men are allowed failures. They have families or influence. But I have only one chance. And I mustn't fail. I can't. I won't allow myself to do so.
tapena tute. Iahan o te mea e moi ata oe. Man awai oe nen he ta oe wha titi tonun ata. Aita! Aita roa!
No news.
No, sir. But you must know the Marines are exceeding your orders and antagonizing the village people.
My orders, Mr. Gore, were to recover the stolen quadrant by whatever means necessary. Now, try to understand.
I do understand how important it is, sir, but I think you should...
Do you? 2 days from now, we are to observe the planet Venus passing between the Earth and the Sun. That, no matter what anyone believes, is why we're here. It is a phenomenon which, according to astronomer Halley, will not occur for another 100 years. Now, am I to return to England and say the chance was lost because the natives stole a vital piece of scientific equipment and I told my Marines not to offend the sensibilities of these people? Oh, I regret what I'm being forced to do. But if you know a better way to find this thing, then for God's sake, tell me.
Move, you bastards, out of the way! Move, come on, move! You Marines, get them back! Right, rip up everything if you have to! Move, come on, move, rip it up! Rest of you, get on and search the men! And the women!
Your Majesty?
Yata ata mai da. Eh? Yata pa o mai da pa o ya, eh? Au ni to pa pa ai no.
Mr. Clark?
Sir? The Queen seems a bit cross, sir. I do hope the tactic works.
You hope it works. I hope it works, Mr. Clark. Oh, damn it, Charlie. What in the name of heaven do they want with an astronomical quadrant? They have no use for it.
It's shiny, sir, and it's someone else's. And they're a bunch of jackdaws who can't help themselves.
Oh, you may be right. Time's running out. I may have to take more hostages.
Those 3 men with her, sir, are they her sons?
Sons? My dear Charlie. They're her lovers.
This is Tupaya.
Maruru, can you help us, Tupaya?
Can you show us where we can find this?
Nehe anei uni e Fatimei tehe tema.
Leave it alone! Aita! Aita!
Good Lord. Please, the picture.
My waistcoat and jacket.
There's the stem of the quadrant.
Yes.
He wishes you to have it.
That's damn decent of him.
They say all given back.
Is that the lot?
Yes, that's all of it.
For you, Tapani.
No, for you. Horoa. There, you look splendid.
The surgeon's silver buckle from his shoe.
There's the musket. Half the stuff that's been stolen. Ah, to Pia. Tell them I am going to make them a present. Horoa.
Te nau me ona e horo ona tramonte hi ana.
For your honesty, I am going to give you Surgeon Monkhouse' silver buckle.
The timing's differ.
Yes. I can't understand it.
Perhaps the heat.
Perhaps. The timings of the transit were wrong after all that. Either our instruments were at fault or we were.
I'm sorry.
Ah, to have come so far for a mistake. A failure.
You're too gloomy, James. We'll take other things back home. I'll have a huge collection of plants. And you'll have new charts and knowledge of the South Seas. New territories for His Majesty, perhaps. Maybe the great southern continent. Tupaya wants to sail with us. Oh, he's a splendid example of his race. He'd be a sensation in London.
Could he survive there?
Oh, I'll take charge of him.
Aye.
Will you permit it?
Well, if his mind is made up.
I got 2 nails. How about 3 then?
Hey, hurry my.
How soon must we leave this paradise?
As soon as we can now. Or else half the crew will try to desert. And stay here.
Keep it quiet, all there.
Right, you men. Pull these crates off. Come on, lads. Get a move on.
Bring that box up, folks.
Come on, get a move on.
Get a couple of lads to get them on board.
Move those barrels.
Careful with it.
Hey, Tom, stack that up there. Go below.
Yahweh, haere ai.
If it wasn't mutiny, nothing could make me leave you.
Mutiny, heatara mutiny. You not love me if you go.
I do. But I have to go. And I will come back. Paru.
Long time again. Long time.
Arofanui o tō uaa.
Let's go, the rest of you men! Come on, you men! Report to the beach!
Keep moving, Webby. Once we're up in the mountain villages, we'll be too far for them to bother with us.
What time do they sail?
On the tide, I heard. In the forenoon.
We're safe. Captain, 2 missing, sir. Marines Gibson and Webb.
Thank you, Mr. Clark.
Do we sail, Captain? The tide's almost full.
If we mount an expedition to recover them, it might take days.
Oh, I'm aware of that. Take Queen Oberea and 4 chiefs hostage. I want those men returned in exchange for her freedom.
Ai taro ai maururu. E ha te ie. Hey! E ha!
It's a mistake.
Worked last time with the quadrant.
They stole the quadrant. They didn't steal the Marines. That's the difference. That's why they're angry. How long can we hold them hostage?
For as long as it takes.
A week? A month? You'll have a rebellion on your hands?
Do you imagine I'm doing this just to get back 2 troublemakers?
Then let the Queen go. It's wrong. It's a violation of her tapu, her sacred person. Why leave behind us bitter memories and anger?
Do you have any idea what will happen if those 2 Marines are allowed to desert? I'll tell you. We'll lose men every time we drop anchor. If I don't get them back, this is just the beginning.
Tata pahihi awa. Kita hina ru ya itu fenua. Ah hoi. Eh? Hoi te o te tata.
Your Majesty.
Tapi na tu te tata. Tata te o mau. Pari hoi te fenua.
What'll happen if they catch him? Gibson and Webb. What'll they get?
Although it's mutiny, and the captain ain't in no mood to go easy.
No matter how much he wants those wretches back, it's wrong. One rash decision, and all the goodwill achieved here is destroyed.
Topia, I need your help. You are to go ashore with Midshipman Clark. I want you to explain to the people that they are going to lose their queen. I shall sail and take her with me if the runaways are not found by sunset.
You can't do that!
Sit down, sir, and let me run my ship! convince them, Tupia. I am not bluffing. Make it quite clear. I mean what I say.
Na o mai da tira tira o te pahi me te mea e ita tātou e imi e whahoi tau e piti i hitei e itei e tātou e te whahoi i tu tātou ar i vahine.
Come on, lads. Ship's waiting. Don't make me shoot you.
What's the difference? You'll hang us soon enough.
Stand by to make sail, Mr. Hicks.
Stand by to make sail.
Man the braces. Stand by. Hey!
Standing by, sir.
Hey! Heave away!
Make sail.
Make sail.
No fond farewells for us, I fear. So much accord and friendship lost through one foolish act.
Forgiving people, Mr. Gore. They cry that we are leaving. Perhaps they should have cried that we came. Well, have you anything to say?
No, sir.
You, Gibson?
what's the use? We knew it were wrong. Then I ain't never known anything like that.
You have been nothing but trouble the entire voyage, Gibson. Why did you join the Marines?
I never joined, sir. I was press-ganged, made to fight in the French War.
How old were you?
15, sir. I jumped ship later on. The gang got me again. Said it was my duty to serve England. 15 years I've had of duty, sir.
Mr. Hicks, I'm reducing the charge from desertion to deliberate absence from the ship. Amend the log accordingly.
It's astonishing. It's hard to make the fellow out sometimes. Should have hung them.
I'm glad for once you and I agree. Far too lenient.
Evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, sir.
The surgeon and Banks are reconciled. They believe you should have hugged the wretches.
Gratified, gentlemen, that you've reached accord on something. Secret from the Commissioners of the Lord High Admiralty of Great Britain. It will add to the honor of this nation if you observe the following instructions. There is reason to believe a continent or land of great extent exists, and you are to proceed southwards to discover it. When this is achieved, you are to survey it, observe the nature of the soils, the beasts and fowl that inhabit it, the fishes and trees and fruits and precious minerals. You are to report on the nature of its people, and with their consent, take possession of this land in the name of the King.
At last, my lords, renowned members of the Royal Society, the Admiralty have admitted their prime purpose in the dispatch of Lieutenant James Cook is the discovery and possession of the Great Southland. As the leading scholar on the subject, the honor should have been mine. But no matter. I am content if this great continent becomes a jewel in the British crown. It is over a year since Cook set forth. By now, he must have left Otaheite, always assuming he was a competent enough sailor to find it in the first place. One must hope so. And one must hope that by now, he will have turned south and be walking on the fabled shore, meeting its people, learning their customs, and planting the flag of Britain there. And if, when he returns, he has not done so, this nation will be entitled to ask him why.
Sir? Morning, sir.
We're either sailing in circles or we just can't find it. What do you say, Banks?
I see no reason why it shouldn't exist. I doubt Rimple is a conceited ass. But too many men of substance believe it for us all to be wrong.
It makes sense. A southern landmass should balance the world.
Exactly. What would be the point of thousands of miles of empty ocean?
Mark. 70 degrees. 16 minutes.
70 degrees, 18 minutes.
Well, the joke seems to be on us, gentlemen. Our orders were to find and map and claim Mr. Dalrymple's great South Land. All these months of searching would prove but one thing. It does not appear to exist. Now, I know his theory has been supported by scholars and scientists, and who am I to argue with such eminence? But for the past weeks, we have been sailing here and here. And last night, our position was here. In other words, according to Dalrymple's map, we are standing on his great South Land this very minute. We wasted enough time. Let's change course, Mr. Higgs.
Sir?
We know that New Zealand exists, and Terra Australis is somewhere to the west of that. Let's stop looking for myths and mirages. Let's chart the land there is, not waste another day. Change course. Due west, Mr. Higgs.
Due west, sir. Bosun! Have the watch stand by to trim the yards.
90 boys up!
Ask them, Topia, to take great care of the flag. And to accept these silver coins as a gift from our king. King George III. King George III.
King George III. Amazing how Tapia can speak to these natives and be understood. A common ancestry, no doubt. People here and in all the islands of the South Seas. Inspired idea of mine. You must agree to bring it.
The bottle. Please. It would honor him. Maruru.
Maruru.
Degrees, 10 minutes.
Yes, Tapir has been of great value. And the best is yet to come. Joseph! What have you found? It's a kind of protea.
Ah, kind of what?
Honeysuckle.
Ah.
We must put in there, Captain.
Oh, impossible, I'm afraid.
Oh, we must.
Sorry.
Those fjords are ideal for botanical research.
Those fjords are also cliff-sided and dangerous. Once inside, we may wait weeks for a wind to take us safely out.
James, I don't think you understand. Daniel and I wish to go ashore.
I understand perfectly. I've no intention of jeopardizing my ship for more foliage with Latin names. Now, excuse me.
Are we going in, sir?
No, we're not, Mr. Clark.
Well, there was talk in the great cabin among the gentry.
The gentry, as you call them, have nothing to do with the running of this ship. The gentry are aboard as privileged passengers and will behave accordingly. Now, I want a meeting of my officers in 1 hour. I want the great cabin cleared of the gentry and a meeting of the officers 1 hour.
Yes, sir.
I think we've discussed it, Mr. Banks.
Not to my satisfaction.
Oh.
Are you denying us the right to land and collect plants?
Yes, I am. You've collected plants. You've pressed them. You've catalogued them. The ship is weighed down with plants.
I need to know for my journal and my report to the Royal Society. Are you denying me the opportunity for further study ashore?
Yes, I am. Write that in your report, for I shall certainly note it in the log.
There could be precious minerals to be found among those glaciers.
The whole of this coast, Mr. Banks, is a lee shore. Inside the fjord will be deep water unsuitable for anchorage. It is a foolish place to sail into. A stupid and unnecessary risk, and I will not take it. Now put that in your journal. Our position is here, latitude 41 south. We have circled and mapped both islands. We have fulfilled our orders as far as we are able. It is time to decide which way we return home. Now, do we return eastwards, along the Roaring Forties, back to the Americas and Cape Horn? That way, we might at least prove or disprove the existence of Dalrymple's Great Southland.
Is that your choice, sir?
What is yours, Mr. Gore?
We'd be running into winter. Our sails are threadbare. The rigging's taken a beating. If there's no land between here and the Horn, I doubt the ship would make it.
The hull is foul with growth, sir. We're fothering leaks. We need to make repairs.
Well, if we sail westward, we might find the coast of New Holland. It must be here somewhere. If we find it, we can chart it northward, sail around the top, and back home via the Cape of Good Hope.
I favor that.
So do I.
Well, I'm glad we're of accord, gentlemen. We'll continue to sail west. Mark. 25 degrees. 7 minutes.
25 degrees, 7...
A chill, that's all. Take better care of yourself. Wrap up warm.
Take mine off this endless damn sea. How long, Captain? How many months till we see England?
It's difficult to say.
Try to say. After all, who else can tell us?
Oh, about a year.
Yeah. Hear that, Banks? I heard a stinking year. 12 wretched months. And all we do is sail on and on. No famous South land. No rich continent we were promised. Nothing of value. Wasted time, Banks. Precious time. Out of our lives. And the whole thing. Failure.
You win, Charlie. It's too good for me. Help this gentleman to his book.
I manage. A year. Dear God. We'll all be old before we see sweet England together.
Mr. Hicks. The surgeon reports you have a chill. Sit down. Do you think he's right? Is it a chill?
No, sir.
Well, young Clark can take over some of your duties.
No, I can manage, Captain.
We both know you can't. I want you to rest. Get well. We can't afford to lose you.
Thank you, sir.
Racers back in time, sir.
Secure those lines, bosun. I want the halyards checked for damage.
Aye, aye, sir.
You men, come with me.
Lieutenant Gore will be acting first officer. You'll take over as second.
Check
Yes,
the
sir.
rafing tackle.
Thank you, sir.
And then
May I say
forward
something, sir?
starboard braces.
You usually do.
About the astronomer, sir. He drinks too much because he knew he didn't get it right. The transit of Venus.
I know why he drinks.
Only I think someone ought to tell him. If he can't talk sense, he ought to stop getting drunk so often.
Never mind him.
But I do, sir. I mind what he says. We all do. It's not wasted time or failure. You're making charts of this sea that other men will sail by, probably long after we're all dead.
Land! Land ahead!
Look, land! Hey, buddy! Oh, he's all
Is it New Holland?
Aye. It undoubtedly is.
I truly wondered whether we'd ever find this coast. I've allowed myself to listen to Mr. Green's doubts too often. I commend you.
See the smoke? Someone lives here.
Will there be girls like in Tahiti?
Don't be daft. How can there be? Ain't no girls like that anywhere else in the world, matey.
Wish I was back there.
Me too, boy. Me too.
Careful, Captain. Don't shoot, Gibson. Let them make the first roll. To appear. You try to speak to them. Say we come in peace.
I harimene matou mate hau. Te harimene matou mate hau.
I'll offer them some beans.
Go with him, Gibson.
Yes, sir.
There you are. Beads. For you. Parkinson. Find Parkinson and have him sketch the beast. Then pluck it, then present it to the galley. Do you think it will be edible? Well, I can't see why not. Reminds me of a giant turkey. Yeah, we'll have it stuffed and served with a French sauce.
How was dinner?
Oh, don't ask.
Mr. Banks's creature not tasty.
Tough as anchor rope and smelt of old sea boats. Even the surviving greyhound declined it, which may explain why he outlived the other dog.
Yes, I saw Parkinson's drawing. It's an interesting species.
Indeed.
It's a shame in a way it had to be killed like that.
Well, we must remember, Joseph Banks is a true son of the English upper class. From the cradle, they're bred to one tradition, one creed.
What creed is that?
If it moves, shoot it. You get some rest. I'd move you to a better cabin, but there's no room. Our botanists have taken on so much aboard, so many plants and shrubs, I've a mind to name the place after them.
What, Botanist's Bay?
Aye. Well done.
We'll gut him and scale him, sir, then we'll get him on board.
Sir.
It's all right, Gibson. There's no cause for alarm. They've been perfectly friendly so far.
Not this time, sir. Step back, Mr. Banks.
Do as he says. Into the longboat.
Shoot him! If I do, they'll rush us before I can reload.
Come on, Mr. Banks. Into the boat.
And what about the fish?
Leave it.
Oh, damn me, that's a shame.
It's what this is all about. Leave it, for God's sake, hurry up!
Marine Gibson, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. You may leave us. Congratulations.
Beg pardon, sir.
Well, it makes a change to commend you, Gibson, instead of punishing you.
Oh, I thought, sir, you had me up here for being rude to the gentry.
Oh, whatever you said, I'm sure I didn't hear you.
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now tell me, what did you mean when you said this incident was about the fish?
Well, I think that's why they were angry.
Well, because we caught the fish.
Because we caught so much. They're different, sir. I've been watching them. They don't care about our beads or our coins. They just take enough fish to feed the women and kids.
And they thought, by catching so many fish and turtles, we were being greedy.
Sort of, sir.
And if you're right, they won't attack us, providing we don't threaten them or their food supply.
I don't know if I'm right, sir.
Up there, sir. Mr. Clark. You men, come with me.
Yes, sir. I take possession of this land in the name of His Majesty King George III.
Good. Present arms. Prepare to fire. Fire!
They may appear to some the most wretched people on earth, but I suspect they are far more happy than we Europeans. They live in tranquility. The earth and the sea furnishes them with all the necessities of life. They live in a fine warm climate and enjoy wholesome air and have no need of clothing and set no value upon the possessions that we Europeans covet.
Well put.
Indeed, sir.
Words. If I had your talent, Mr. Parkinson, I could express it more effectively in a few brushstrokes. As you do.
In my father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. The Lord our God, in his infinite mercy, has taken his daughter Elizabeth unto his bosom. In the hour of our grief, we should be comforted. In the dark of the night, we should rejoice in his name. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
It was kind of you to come to the churchyard.
The very least I could do, ma'am, with your husband so far away.
The saddest part is, you only knew her as a baby, never as the little girl he wanted so much. Do you have any idea where he is, Sir Edward?
We have no knowledge. No idea of where he could be. No way of knowing.
It's been near to 2 years.
Yes.
Will it be another 2?
I would think not.
But to be honest, you cannot tell.
To be honest, no one can. But be assured of one thing, and this I can say. Your husband is the finest seaman of my experience. He'll find his way home by the wind and the stars, for that's what a real sailor does. I grieve for you and for your sad loss, and I understand your anxiety. But please, don't be afraid for James Cook. I chose him above everyone else, and it was not a choice lightly made. He'll come home, and he'll make us both proud. Your servant, ma'am.
Half a point to starboard, helmsman.
Half a point to starboard, sir.
Three leagues offshore, sir. 20 fathoms of water.
No more of that coral reef.
Not since mid-watch, sir. Since we passed the atoll you named Green Island.
It's a magnificent coastline, but I won't be sorry when we've mapped it to its northernmost point.
And after that?
Batavia. Then home. Next week will be my daughter's birthday. She'll be 5.
We'll drink to her, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Gore. I've a mind to be home by her 6th. My sons will be growing out of all recognition. Now it's time we all went home.
Not possible.
Aye, aye. 10, sir.
By the mark, 7!
Jesus. The reef, sir.
Shot and all sail, Mr. Gore.
Stand by the clews on all courses and topsails.
By
Aye, aye,
the
sir.
mark, 70!
That's better. "17 fathoms, sir. Wind east, southeast. Mainland north. Bearing north, half west."
Yes, sir.
All's well, Captain. Get some rest.
Aye. Call me in an hour.
Aye, aye, sir.
Anchor half 18!
the reef?
Yes, sir.
Crew up all sails, aloft and stow.
Crew up all sails aloft and stow!
Mr. Gore, check the hull for damage. Check the water in the bilges.
Aye, aye, sir.
Dawson,
Mr. Clark, come with me.
now Dawson, I want you to sound all round and prepare the anchor for heaving her off. Go on, do it, man, do it.
Aye, aye, sir.
You men, come with me. Lay all anchors out, ready for heaving off.
Depth of water, bosun.
Port stern, 4 fathoms, sir. Midships, 3 fathoms. Starboard bow, 4 feet. We're sitting fair on one of them reefs, sir.
Thank you, bosun. I think we're well aware of that. What time till high water?
Mid-morning, sir. 3 hours from now.
Anchors are set, sir, ready for heaving off.
We could rip the hull open. See if you can find a man able to get underwater and observe it.
Sir?
Start to lighten the ship as planned, Mr. Gore. I'm going below.
Bosun, begin to jettison.
Yes, sir. Come on, you men. Over side with them. Everything over side. Here we go.
Over the side with that now. All away, all away.
And all over.
Next shift, take over now.
Levels risen a foot in the last hour. We need more pumps.
There are none. These men will help. Pack up your paintings and sketches.
But surely I can be of use on the pump.
Mr. Parkinson, the most valuable thing on board this ship is your work. It's a record of where we've been and what we've accomplished. The sailors will make buoyancy packages so that the paintings will float safely if we go down.
You think we'll sink, Captain?
If you believe in God, Mr. Green, get on your knees and ask him.
Right, you men. Over the side with everything.
Next shift.
Come on, you men. Over the side with everything. Over the side. Yes, sir. We sounded all points again.
I'll secure the ship and make ready to jettison all spars if we have to.
Aye, aye, sir.
Collect the journals and the ship's logs. Bosun, find out what's happening below.
Yes, sir. I can tell you what's happening. The water's gaining down there. A few inches at a time, but it's gaining.
Bosun, get some men and find anything that'll hold water.
Armour chain? Aye, aye, sir. You men, come with me.
I'm amazed.
Buckets or anything.
But we're afloat.
No, that there's order. Complete calm. Everyone acting in accord. I thought crews went mad and plundered the ship.
Oh, not if they want to survive.
When is high water?
It's gone.
What?
It's past.
But the ship didn't move.
That's right.
Well, all the stores that you jettisoned had no effect.
None. We went aground at the top of the tide. The next tide was measured a foot lower.
Dear heaven. Can we get off?
Perhaps. If this tide is high enough. And the weather holds.
If not?
Well, the ship could break up. We might save half the crew. There's not enough boats for us all. But I can't swim.
Aren't you frightened?
Very. But our lives depend on not showing it.
Come on, more buckets.
Don't wake him yet.
No.
How's the water below?
Holding. But I won't guarantee for another night.
Orders are we serve up food in 2 hours. An issue of rum all round, then we wait for the tide to rise.
God help us if the wind comes up. Any sudden shift, and the reef will rip us apart. All boat crews ready, sir. We're standing by the capstan and windlass.
Right. Can you hear me?
Aye, sir.
The pumps cannot stop the water rising in the hold for much longer. We're almost at high water, and the risk of not floating off for another 24 hours is too great. So we are going to heave her off. Can you hear me out there in the boats?
Aye, sir.
I want you to heave. You men on the capstan and windlass. When the moment comes, heave your hearts out. First, I want to say something. I'm proud of this ship. I'm proud of you. I never saw or heard a sound of fear today. Yet we were all afraid only a fool would be otherwise. No ship's company I've served with has ever behaved better than you have. Now, take up your positions. And thank you all. Mr. Gore.
Aye, sir. Set on the capstan.
Set on the capstan, sir.
Set on the longboats, Mr. Hicks.
Set on the longboats, Mr. Gore.
Set on the longboat, sir.
Then
Heave! Heave! Heave!
Heave!
Good of you to make the journey. Would you take a glass of sherry?
Thank you. I must admit to some surprise. We did not part on the best of terms. Perhaps you've reconsidered your refusal of over 2 years ago and intend to offer me command of a ship.
No, sir. That I do not intend to do. I asked you here to direct a question to you. Who told you the Endeavour had sunk and Cook is dead?
Told me? No one told me.
Then why are you spreading this rumor in London? I hear it wherever I go. Cook's ship has gone down, and they are all drowned. And on inquiry, I am told the whisper comes from you.
You brought me here for this?
To warn you. It's unproven gossip, causing distress to the families of those on board. If it continues, I will put out a disclaimer accusing you of scandal-mongering with malicious intent.
For more than 2 years, no one has seen Cook or his ship. Not one trace. I've talked to sailors back from the Indies and the Cape. They all believe it. Cook was lacking as a seaman, and his ship is lost with all hands.
That's scurrilous. Nothing but a flagrant speculation.
It's their opinion and mine, and I will continue to express it. And you, sir, can go to the devil.
If this hadn't stuck, sir, we'd have gone down. We'll get a skin on her, sir, before the tide rises. Then, each day, make it a bit more waterproof. Though I wouldn't like to say she'll get us all the way home. Right. Now get them planks fixed in fast.
Now lift! Hold that steady. Hold that end steady. That's right. Just raise it up a little. Raise it up a little bit more. Right. Got to measure there.
Well, lads, get a move on.
Look, sir! Look at the birds! Look at all the birds up there!
Ah! Yes!
Oh, no.
There.
Soon, you say? Well, as soon as we can. People are homesick. The hull is as sound as we can make it. Sandbanks and shoals as far as the eye can see. Our only hope is to the north, to reach Dutch Batavia and make proper repairs.
Can we safely negotiate the channel?
Oh, aye. If there is a channel.
Steady, lads. Keep it together. Stroke. 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 Stroke.
Collar reef to starboard. Hard to port.
Hard to port, sir.
Sir?
Shoal waters. Brace up to starboard.
Brace up to starboard, sir.
All to port. Come to starboard, easy.
You should be resting.
Midships. Once we're out of this place.
When? This reef seems to go on forever. Shoal water, underwater coral. How many more weeks?
Not many, please God. The men are getting tired.
You've inspired them. No one else could have done it.
Had to. Was my fault.
Oh, confounded, you're in a gloomy mood today, James.
Believe me, there'll be dissent complaints.
Going fine on starboard bow, sir.
Port easy!
Port easy, sir.
Our sighting of the transit of Venus was a failure. We can't please Dalrymple's many supporters by finding his mythical South Land. What, in fact, have we achieved?
A great voyage. New territories, vast information for the map makers, the scientists and the botanists, and hardly a man lost in this whole long journey. England will sing your praises. And mine. You'll see.
This wretched race seems to go on forever.
Clear passage dead ahead. Steady as she goes, helmsman.
Steady as she goes, sir.
I don't know which will wear out first, Mr. Mucas. The ship or us?
Oh, undoubtedly the ship, sir. The crew is in fine shape. No commander has done more for his men.
I'm obliged to you. If only the vessel were as healthy. It's still 4,000 leagues from home.
Dat is een Engelsman. Het is een Union flag. Een Engelse driemaster. Stuur zijn boot tegemoet. En breng de gouverneur ter hoogte.
The Endeavour? Surely we heard it was sunk.
We were told so. Each ship that called said it was known you were lost.
How disturbing for your families. Are you married, Lieutenant?
Yes, ma'am.
Children?
4. One of which I've never seen. We've been 2.5 years at sea.
Oh, your poor wife. I suppose you have not had much news of the world. The American settlers are refusing to pay...
Quite so. Later, my dear. Your papers, Mr. Cook, they were lodged at the port's office.
Yes, Your Excellency. I apologize for not saluting when we came into harbor, but I have no guns in proper working order.
Extraordinary. No guns?
My ship is leaking, sir. The hull is patched and beginning to split. The sails and rigging are in bad shape. We need to careen her and make urgent repairs to get her safe home.
You are fortunate. We have the best dry dock facilities outside Europe.
Which is why we came to Dutch Batavia, sir.
Of course, a charge has to be made to your government. Dutch regulations.
Of course. My men are fit. They can do the work.
Unfortunately not. Dutch regulations insist our own contractors carry out the repairs, and you are obliged to send guarantor for the monies to them.
I see.
I'm merely the servant of my government. I hope that is understood.
Quiet. Madame Vandermeer.
Don't you think you should tell him, Willem?
Wel nou, my dear, het is toch...
I think he should be informed.
Mevrouw, ik moet u vriendelijk verzoeken. Dit is nu 3 keer...
Als je hem niet waarschuwt, gaan ze allemaal dood.
It is of no importance, Lieutenant. We need not delay you.
Your Excellency.
Blasted swamp. Can't they do better? The place is alive with buzzing insects.
Mosquitoes, they're called.
Ah, mosquitoes. Confound what they're called. Damn Dutch, I hear we're paying for this.
We have to pay for everything. They're the only dry dock in the southern hemisphere, and they know it.
Ah!
Whoa, girl.
Well, Banks. Even you have to spend the next week in a tent while they mend the ship.
Not me, sir. I've taken a house in the hills, away from the swamp and these damned insects. Ready? Good day, Surgeon. Come on.
Trust him. Bloody man.
$5,000 Reichsdaldas.
The cost of repairs, approved by the Executive Council as a loan to you, Lieutenant James Cook. Redeemable and incumbent upon my Lords of Admiralty, for whom you are a commander and their servant.
The cost, Governor, seems high.
Batavia, sir, is no place for paupers.
And I take it the work can begin at once. Now that we've settled the terms. Good day, gentlemen.
Lieutenant Cook.
No?
Take your ships and leave.
I beg your pardon?
My husband should have told you. You have a right to know. This place is a graveyard. Please believe me. Last year, 50,000 people died of fever and dysentery. My own son was among them. I beseech you to leave before your men become ill.
I'm sorry, Mum. I can't leave.
You must, for your family's sake.
Oh, Mum, without repairs, we wouldn't reach Java Head.
Yeah,
I thank you for your warning and for your concern, but we have to stay.
The port officer says the rain is holding up work on the ship. The truth is, that dockyard's short of skilled men. Something's wrong in this place, Captain.
The mosquitoes for one thing, and their wretched insanitary canals for another. Oh, well, at least no one's reported sick.
No, sir. The surgeon reports all well, except for himself. He declares he's feeling poor.
Het werk is niet teruggaan. Een hele nieuwe kil is nodig. Het hout is gebroken en zit vol met houtwarmer.
He says the work cannot be hurried. A whole new keel is needed. The timbers were broken and full with worms. It's a miracle you sailed so far.
Aye, well, how soon can we leave?
I know you are anxious, but do not believe everything you hear about Batavia. If we have malaria, so has every port in this region.
Do not form hasty opinion about us.
Mine here, I have no opinions about Batavia, except that I'm here from necessity and not by choice. My men are homesick, and there's only one cure for that. Speed up the work, and let me take them home.
How is he? He needs quinine, but I have none. Look, can you stay with him? I have patients in other tents. Yes. Can I help you? Yes.
Where the devil is he? Young William. I sent for Surgeon Monkhouse, not with due respect to Surgeon's mate.
Thankful, sir, that you got anyone. Keep him warm wrapped, bathe him. I have no medicines.
I have quinine.
Then give it to him. And take a dose as well and count yourself fortunate.
Look here, young man.
I have no time to...
I don't care for your attitude, Master Perry. It offends me. Why didn't Surgeon Monkhouse come?
The surgeon is dead. Monkhouse. He was the first to die. Charles Green is dead and 7 of the crew. There'll be more. This place is a cesspit of disease. Now, is there anyone else up here who needs my attention?
Tupaya, in the next room. He had dysentery last night. I told him to rest. He slept the whole day. He told me to wake him before dark.
He's dead.
Lieutenant Gore said chip's ready, Captain. Crew's aboard. And the pinnace is waiting to take you out. Sir?
Young Nick. Are we ready?
Yes, sir.
Zachariah Hicks, age 32, naval lieutenant, of consumption. James Greer, able seaman, of malarial fever. Henry Jeffs, able seaman, malaria fever. Sidney Parkinson, ship's artist.
Malaria fever.
How old was Sidney Parkinson? I need it for the records.
Next month, he would have been 25. Hardly seems fair. There's so many fine sketches and watercolors. So much talent. I shall miss him.
I shall miss them all.
I'd like to move the sick up on deck, get them away from those foul-smelling holds. We'll give them a chance in the fresh air.
Do what you think best.
Are you all right, Captain?
I am just baffled, William. How do I write in my log that we've lost 33 dead in Batavia and since? How do I phrase that for my Lords of the Admiralty? And those in England who'll account me careless of men's lives. In more than 2 years, we lost not a man by sickness. No one had... What's that?
It's medicine. Drink it.
How many more men must I lose, Master Surgeon?
A good many are still sick, sir. But only a few critical. I think I can save most of them.
And how many fit men do I have to run the ship?
12, Captain.
There's some improvement already, sir.
Good.
2 more dead, I'm afraid. I hope they'll be the last.
I pray so. Who is it?
The boy, sir. Young Nick.
Amazing voyage. Will agree. 2 years and 11 months sailing where few men sailed before, walking in lands where no Englishman ever trod, claiming new territories for the British Crown. It is my duty and great pleasure as the First Lord of the Admiralty to welcome the surviving heroes of this astonishing adventure, Mr. Joseph Banks and his assistant, Dr. Solander.
Thank you.